All right, folks, let's say you get 115 putts from 5 feet, 115 shots from 10 feet at a basketball goal. Let's say you're hitting and someone soft tosses you 115 pitches and 91 of them you convert. That's what my guest did throughout his career. Only 24 times did it go wrong. Let me say that again. Only 24 times did it go wrong. 91 times it went right. That is someone I would lean in, listen to, and really drink from the well of wisdom from. John Rocker, what's up, stud?
Not much, man. Same old.
You did that shit. You did that shit, though.
I did. Back in a previous life as a younger man that they actually walked standing up straight, not hunched over and limping like I do now.
Thankfully, you hunch over and limp. That's the only way I could beat you in golf. It's the only way. Only way I can beat you in golf.
You're a little better than I am.
You still hit it 320, stud. Let's go. Part 2, my friend. Thank you for coming back.
No problem.
Looking great. I want to go back. You were in Jacksonville. You were in a position where you weren't throwing as hard as you eventually were.
Yeah,
Pick up where you left off.
It was the mentality. Like we were talking about last episode. It was the mentality. For 4
The
years,
mental
I
mechanics,
did not enjoy playing. I played scared. I told you that I would literally sit, before I would walk out for the third inning, I would have calculated in my mind, if I go through this inning with no runs, my ERA will be this. Now, I knew it. Like it will drop 0.8%. It'll be a 3.92 from a 5. I knew these numbers in my head intra game. That's not fun playing like that. And it was the Jacksonville. It was I can't believe I've got to pitch this piece of shit game tomorrow that doesn't matter. And then it just like a Mike Tyson slap across the face was like, oh my God, this game doesn't matter. I can finally play a baseball game for the first time in 4 years and enjoy playing, something that I greatly enjoyed doing in high school. And prior to that, I've not had the least bit of fun playing professional baseball. Something I wanted to do since I was, 12, 13, 14 years old. And went out and dealt that game. I went out and dealt, do extremely well. 7 innings, I think 1 run, 10 punch outs, 2 or 3 hits. I mean, just shoved. And on the bus ride back to Greenville, I'm like, all right, we've got a new mentality. And it was an ultra aggressive mentality. It was the expression "fake it till you make it." It was that. It was walking on the field, eyeballing hitters, blankety blank is going through my head, chest puffed out, head up. Yeah, I've got a 5-year at the top, a 5. I'm not a badass by any means, but yeah, in my mind, I was the baddest son of a bitch on that field. So, right back to Greenville, playoffs start the following week. I was not in the starting rotation playoffs. I was the like 4th starter on that rotation. They went with 3 stars because it's a 3-game set. With 3 stars, they put me out of the bullpen. I'd never relieved in my entire life up to that point. What was the point? I'm the long guy. If one of our starters gets knocked out early, I'm the long guy that comes in, presumably like a 8-1 ball game in the 3rd. Not a very,
middle reliever.
Huh?
Middle reliever?
A long guy. That's literally the only way I would pitch is we're losing like 8-1 in the 3rd.
Shit, okay.
And we need a guy that's got some longevity, that can eat innings up. Maybe we climb back in the game. Not a flattering position to put it. But the long guy, also called mop-up guy.
So, John, look, I got to pop in here, okay? My podcast, love you so much. You're my boy. How much confidence would that give me if I feel like I'm a long guy? Mm-hmm. So you'd say long guy's a mop-up guy. You just said mop-up. So no one puts a lot of stock in. No one is betting on. No one is saying this is the next John Rocker that's going to pitch for the Atlanta Braves and help secure the first World Series potentially ever or for generations, so to speak. I think a lot of our viewing audience could bear witness with it. God, I know I could. Where no one's betting on you. Your coach isn't. Your pitching coach. You don't have an agent at this point.
Yeah,
you can't. It wasn't that great. But so somebody saw something great in you. You developed it in yourself. I want to be clear. There's times, bro, that I felt the same freaking way, where everybody's looking over you. Everybody's saying they're not who they think they are, or potentially, we would want them to be. Somebody thought that about you. Again, everybody probably thinks John Rocker just rose to the top, no adversity, no struggle. Here you are pitching the long.
And I was in the mop-up role. We played Toronto's Double-A team, the Knoxville Smokies. And 3 games, didn't pitch. a couple off days mixed in there, so I hadn't thrown in like a week at this point. We win the series. Then we go and play a best-of-5 series for the Southern League Championship, the Double-A Championship, Southern League, against the Huntsville Stars. Miguel Tejada was on that team. Vin Reed was on that team. Ryan Chris was on that team. They had like 5 or 6 guys off that team that became big league veterans. So they got 8, 10, 12. I think Miguel played like 17 years. That team hit 290 as a team. They were great. God, they were good. And so yeah, same role as we go into that series. Series tied 1-1. I had pitched at this point in time like 10 days. And so our starter, Jamie Arnold, he goes out. And remember the mentality switch, Well, I had a second opportunity to go out there with that FU mentality. I'm the baddest guy out here. I'm just going to be aggressive, have fun, attack. I only had one chance, and it was a game that didn't matter. So we're 1-1. We're playing in Huntsville. Our starter, Jamie Arnold, he gets pulled. Well, no, gives up 6 runs in the first 2 innings. Middle of the third, he's thrown 70 pitches or so by this point in time. We're losing 6-0. It comes a torrential downpour, just dumping. Rained so hard, the grounds crew could not get the tarp on the field before the tarp got swamped. They couldn't move it. Field gets soaked, bang the game. Come back tomorrow, 0-0, starting the first inning. I'm in the clubhouse. Pitch goes to Bruce Del Campo. I'm like, Rock, you got tomorrow. I'm like, oh, shit. This game does matter. It's the rubber match of a 5-game set. Whoever wins this game controls the series. One more win, they win Southern League Championship. And so I'm sitting in my hotel that night going, all right, big boy, this mentality shift, let's go with it again. Let's make a conscious mental decision to have that tougher mentality, that attack mentality, that I'm the best so much out here mentality. And
self-belief.
Did that. Same result. 7 innings, 1 run, 10 punch outs, 2 or 3 hits, won the game, and then we won the Southern League Championship the next day.
So let me interrupt to say, what did you have to stop doing in order for you to start getting better? Because it was in you all the time.
Being afraid, self-doubt, thinking about all the things that could go wrong, letting the fight be taken to me instead of me taking the fight to them. But just main thing was just a lot of self-doubt. Not all the confidence. What's the expression? I said this in a while. You can't have success without confidence, but you can't have confidence without success.
It's huge.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. And so a situation like that, some intermittent successes. Again, I was a 500 pitcher with a 4.5 ERA, not lighting the world on fire exactly. So I had to kind of fake it till you make it, and that mental shift right there. And when I say again, I was a 500 pitcher with a 4.5 ERA. The mind shift, the conscious mental mind shift in Jacksonville. 7 innings, 1 run. Next game, 10 days later in Huntsville against the Huntsville Stars against guys like Miguel Tejada, who I think should be in the Hall of Fame. 7 innings, 1 run. I went to the Arizona Fall League after that, which is the top 6 prospects of all 30 teams. I think it's 80% of guys that appear in the Fall League will be in the big leagues the following year at some point. Call up, start the season, whatever. There's probably 5 or 6 guys on each team who had already been in the big leagues. I'd never faced hitters, consistently faced hitters that good. 10 starts in the Fall League, 2.5 ERA, went 6-1. Go to Puerto Rico or leave for the first time. Puerto Rico had like a 1.7. Going to spring training, 10 innings of spring training, had like a 2. I went to AAA for like 3 weeks, had a 1.4 in AAA. 4.5 ERA at 500 pitch for 4 years. One mental shift. And over, I've calculated before, it was like from that mental shift all the way until the end of the playoffs in 98, where the Padres knocked us out. I think I threw like 270 innings and had like a 2.1 ERA.
Wow. I
didn't come up with some magic pitch. I did find a few miles an hour because we're leaving. You can come out and just let your hair out. Just let it all hang out. That's where the 94, 96 turned into 96 to 100 was the relieving factor. But no magic pitch, no, a few more miles an hour, yes. It was a change of mentality.
That's amazing.
Change of mentality was it.
It's because it was in you all along.
Yeah.
It was living inside you. It just had to be harvested. Someone had to believe in you. And what's so interesting to me is that it was you that had to believe in you.
Yeah.
It wasn't a coach. It wasn't a parent. It wasn't a spouse. It wasn't a colleague. It wasn't a teammate. it was something that you looked internally and said, you know what, damn it, I've done this before. And when I succeeded, I pitched with no fear. I pitched attacking. I
If
pitched
you don't believe in me,
aggressive.
nobody else will.
Damn right. Damn right. The great John Rocker.
And so to fast forward, so I mean, and to be a closer, we talked about, what's the difference in a successful
starter.
closer and a starter and a closer?
Let's get into that.
It's mentality.
But you started in Jacksonville, perhaps Birmingham, wherever. But was it the Braves that said you're going to be a closer? When did the transition?
It was Puerto Rico. They sent me to Puerto Rico.
San Juan? Ish?
First year was Mayagüez. The Mayagüez Indios.
Spell that, John. No. Okay. Just making sure.
It was on the west end of the island. And obviously, it was trying to break into a starting rotation in Atlanta that had they had 7 Cy Youngs in that rotation, so probably not going to do that.
Wow.
But they had some bullpen spots open. And they sent me to Puerto Rico to one thing to see if I could relieve. So I went down there and first time ever relieving, and that was my niche. A little bit ADD, and trying to keep locked in as a starter on a good day. You watch it for 2 hours, man. 2 hours, you got to be closer. Give me 12 minutes. Give me 12 minutes focus. Let's go out there and air out a few fastballs, spin a few sliders, and let's have a drink.
We're having lunch the other day, and John tells me, he's like, Harvey, imagine having, how did you frame it? And correct me, because I'm sure I'll butcher this, but when you're a starter, you've got some 50 minutes to get it right. Let's just say, but when you're a closer, you're coming in, and from the time you're announced to the time you charge the mound to the time that the transaction's over, a starter's has 50, almost an hour. But a closer is what?
Games are 3 hours long. If you have a good start, 7 innings, you're out there for 2 hours.
2 hours.
You got to be locked in
I'm
for
saying
2 hours.
they're not like the normal whomever that gets knocked out in the 5th. Okay, let's just say.
But all right.
Quit correcting me on my own show, John. Okay. Point being, let's just say you're a closer. That the time you've got to finish the job that was done before you it's so less than.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
you'd like it to be anyway. You don't want to be out there for 30 minutes. I know that.
15 minutes for a closer? What do you think?
I mean, shit, if I have a 12-pitch inning, I'm out there for less than 10.
Less than 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
12, 14, 15
What's
pitch inning.
that like? Because I think a lot of people find themselves in like the 8th or the 9th inning of their life. God, I didn't get here by myself. A lot of people helped me to get to where I'm at. A lot of people helped you to get to where you are. We've talked about it off camera. For the sake of time, we here we are. But here you come. Here a lot of people come in the 9th inning of their career, of a business opportunity, of a relationship, and a lot of eyes are on you, dude. A lot of people are saying, okay, we've done all this. Now we're looking to you. And then here you step up. Here you run out. I would have played "We Will Rock You." Just to be honest with you, if I had a run out song, my name was Rocker. But I was small.
I think I Want to Rock. My Twisted Sister was perfect.
So good. I'm just saying, if you need a backup, that's
a good backup.
All right, I'm just saying, what the frick was that like? Knowing all those eyes are on you, and all that work had gone in ahead, and here you are, closing the frickin' door to what had come before.
Yeah, it's a lot of adrenaline. And I'll tell you one thing, the mentality better be tuned up. It better be tuned up. And that's where that Jacksonville experience. So I'm tired of playing afraid. I'm the baddest son of a bitch out there. And the cliche I said a second ago. Success creates confidence. But it's hard to have confidence without success.
Amen.
But the more success you get, it's almost like you have to fake it till you make it. I mean, I've been getting my ass fairly consistently handed to me all the way through the minors. I got demoted a couple times. I got sent from Macon down to Eugene, Oregon. I got demoted from the Cy League to Northwest League. I go from living at my parents' house, what I grew up in, to living sleeping on a mattress on the floor at some piece of crap apartment complex in Eugene, Oregon, and play for the Eugene Emeralds in the Northwest League, short season A. And did that in front of all my, childhood friends and all that. That was pretty bad. Where's John? Oh, he got sent down yesterday. Pretty embarrassed to come back over the winter and explain, where'd you go? They demoted me. Such like shit. So yeah, that mentality, when I made that mental shift in Jacksonville, I didn't have success to create that confidence. I had to just, like NLP, reframe my situation and consciously have confidence. But then once the wins started piling up, and then okay, the confidence comes, it stays.
John, I think there's a moment in every successful person's life. I don't care if it's sports, if it's business, if it's music, whatever it is you're aspiring to do, where you go through adversity and you've got to check yourself. You've got to look internally and say, do I have it? Is it here? Have I studied enough? Have I prepared enough? Am I ready for what it is that's coming?
If you hadn't gone through adversity, your goals aren't big enough.
That's right. That's exactly right. But once that happens, which again with you happening, I love the way you keep reverting back to Jacksonville.
That was the
You
one
keep
moment
reverting back.
I can still, my mind's eye go back to it, and that piece of crap hotel room, like the La Quinta Inn, off Interstate 295 there in Jacksonville.
But Johnny, you convinced yourself. That's what I'm hearing. And I think there's a time when we convince ourselves that, you know what, damn it, I'm good enough. There's something here. And if it's not for the Braves, it's for the Brewers. And if it's not for the Brewers, it's for the Astros. And if it's not for the Astros, it's for the Athletics. Whomever it is, there's something here that's not going to be denied in whatever industry that you're looking to dominate. And dude, it's just an amazing story to kind of be able to hear the backstory of. What was it like pitching in the World Series?
It was incredible. I didn't get to save a game because we didn't win any games. I pitched in 3 of the 4 games. And I mean, it started at 14 years old with a wild hair up your ass. I won't play in the big leagues, to have it culminate in a World Series in Yankee Stadium. There's no bigger stadium on the planet than World Series Yankee Stadium. It just does not get bigger than that. It was awesome. Something I'll always cherish those memories.
Best closer you've ever seen is who?
I mean, it's got to be Rivera. Just calm, cool, collected. Just like you look for like an on button on him. It's like they just like switch you on, and you're just like a car that just like 55 miles an hour, just never speeds up, never slows down, just nice and steady.
Tony Kornheiser calls him the hammer of God.
Yeah, just flicking that cutter up there, flicking that cutter.
Best pitching advice you've ever received?
Don't fuck it up.
All right, I like it.
I don't know.
No, that's good.
No, that's
good.
What
Don't hit them or walk them.
That's just me and a smart ass answer.
You still lead the hit batsman in the Baptist Church League, I think, here in Augusta.
I do.
Oh.
He almost threw his own son in a father-son game.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a Bob Uecker fan.
That's right.
Speaking of that, you mentioned Milwaukee. I'm in Milwaukee like 10 years ago, in an event that Cecil Cooper was putting on. I got high-eyed drunk with the Duke from Major League.
There you go.
He was. I think he pitched in the big leagues. No, I never met Charlie Sheen, but I did get the Duke from Major League.
Shut up. The right-hander.
Yeah.
Oh, big right-hander.
Yeah, he's like. Leads the league in this and this and this.
It's batsman. That's right. I got that.
I got pied with that guy. Me, him, and Greg Vaughn did.
So, toughest hitter you ever faced, John, and why?
Todd Hilton.
Dude, he lives like 12 miles.
Does he live down here?
He's in Burnt Pine.
Okay, I heard he played golf at Burnt Pine. I've never seen him over there.
Let's go whip his ass. Well, I mean,
I'm glad they finally put him in the hole.
Let's play off best drive, on ball to the hole. I got.
Well, I can't play right now. I'm still on.
That's not true. I've seen you.
A few more months, I probably would. But guys with big long
Hilton was
swings,
amazing.
I know he was
Colorado
career like 309, 310 hitter.
Such a smooth
but
swing.
Short swing with pop. That's what you don't want to see. If you got pop, like a Mike Piazza, that swing wrapped around his head 3 fucking times. Give me that guy all day. And like a little, Fernando Vina, some small guy that's a little slap hitter. They got a short swing. They're hard to strike out. They're contact guys, but they're not going to do a whole lot of damage against you. Those guys may hit 8, 9, 10 home runs a year. Todd, same thing. Great balance, hard as hell to fool the guy. Short swing. If you made a mistake, it wasn't doubling the gap. It was in the freaking 12th row. So that's what made him so tough.
So question here, is closing talent or is it tolerance for pressure?
This mentality.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you even look
today.
It's
tolerance.
Yeah. You look today. I can't remember who I was watching the other day. Their setup guy, right-hander, I mean, I don't think he threw a pitch under 98. Blows through the 8th inning. They bring their closer in. Their closer's topping at 92. That's a mentality thing. 100% mentality thing. And then he did fine. I think he faced 4 hitters, got 3 of them out. it's not always the guy with the best stuff. It's the guy that can keep it together up here.
So speaking of keeping it together up here, you blew 24 saves. You had 91. Okay, so that by the way, that ratio's insane. Can somebody on our team get me that number? John, 115, 91 go right, 24 go wrong. Everything's not going to go right, boss. You know this. I know this. Even post baseball, you know. How do you bounce back after a blown save?
You don't know how you blew it. I mean, all those saves, blown saves, like some of them could have been an error. Some of them could have been, something like that. If you go out there and, you walk two guys, you go 3-0 on the third guy, and he takes you in the gap, and you look like absolute crap. I might need to watch some film, get in the bullpen, figure this shit out. Because something ain't going right. My command's not there. My breaking ball's hanging, etc. But if it's competitive, I went 3-2 on a guy. We ended up in a 13-pitch at bat, and I walked him. Okay. And then Helton comes up, future Hall of Famer. He takes me deep. Okay, somebody's got to tip your hat. Those guys get paid to hit just like I get paid to pitch. But it's one of those just ugly ones. I threw 28 pitches. I only threw 11 strikes. That's ugly. It's time to watch some film. And those you don't sleep very well after those, man.
Or see who's behind the plate. I'm a big UFC advocate. Junior Dos Santos, great friend of the show. He's been on, and I love Sagano. When you begin to look at closing a game, when those guys walk that aisle and they play that music, and they're going in, physically, right? Like,
be the man. You got to beat the man.
Right. So here you go. What is it? I'm just, for our viewing audience, I guarantee if I'm thinking this, I got a lot of people that think like me. What is it like? Closing a game is best described as what?
Organized chaos, controlled chaos. Of course, back in the day, you can't do it anymore. Take all the fun out of the game. We're jacked up on this, jacked up on that. Steroids and amphetamines. That will change your mentality. That makes you 10 feet tall and bulletproof and one belligerent son of a bitch. And I can remember, Bobby used to love, we call them dry humps. When you get up, you get loose, and sit back down. And a lot of times those closers come out there, even earlier. They come out there. I've already thrown 4 innings in the bullpen. I've been up since the 7th. It's the 10th, and I'm finally like, damn, I've thrown 120 pitches already in the bullpen. But there'd be times that, and the dugout had a camera into the bullpen. They want to see, how guys are progressing, who's hot and who's not. And there'd be so many times that I'm up, I'm ready, and they give the reliever another hitter. I am pacing back and forth. I throw the baseball off the freaking wall. They don't come to get the reliever and bring me in. Look at the cameras, to the camera, to Bobby and Leo who look at the camera. I'm ready to get in there, man.
Anything,
like,
John?
ever seen you ever been to a rodeo?
Have I ridden?
Have you ever been to a rodeo?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you see when the Cowboys on the bull's back.
That's right.
And the bull's
it's not ready,
and that bull's just ready to go. That's how I was closing. I'm that bull in that cage. Just open the freaking door. Let's get going.
My God, the great John Rocker. I hope you guys are getting as much out of this as I am. Maybe not a childhood hero of yours like he was mine. John, think about this, man. You make a lot of money, and somebody sticks a microphone in your face, and you're young. And, dude, I got a 20-year-old at the University of Georgia. And this boy will say things to me.
Knows everything, doesn't he? Knows it all.
Dude, he tells Daddy what Daddy needs to know, and Daddy's paying for everything he's doing, right? But, yes, a great talent. But a great talent that worked his ass off and believed in himself, bet on himself, went through adversity. That adversity taught him something. Yes, he lost, but those losses taught him. He lost, but he won from the loss. And I love the way you reverted back in times of future adversity to how you learned from what you went through in Jacksonville. Dude, that's huge, brother. I just want to ask you, social media. Damn. We grew up in an era.
I make a lot of money off social media, but it still is the bane of our existence.
Dude,
it should all just go away.
Johnny, can you imagine if you and I, freshmen, sophomore, juniors in college, you foregoed, how do you say that? The University of Georgia to go to the pros. But dude, if they filmed all the stuff I did or you did or good God Almighty. And by the way, in the early days, we're nobody. I'm still nobody, but still. And then you start to collect notoriety based on what you do in a platform. Yours was the baseball field. And look, man, look, you said some things, and the reason I bring this up, I know a different version of you. I know a version of you that is a softer, kinder. Like you have a passion for people and helping. And again, not that you're apologizing, but I just thought it would be great to give you a platform to just speak to people that don't know you.
I like talking politics, and I mean the world has not changed. In fact, it's just gotten more vehement since 1999, 2000. You know what happens, generally speaking, when a conservative tries to talk politics to a just ultra left liberal? What happens? It doesn't go over too well.
It goes south, yeah.
Especially when you're talking to one that buys ink by the truckload.
Yeah.
It doesn't go too well. And I was young, naive. I was 24 years old, 25 years old, and you know, I'd known the guy for like a year or two. I would never talk politics, and I didn't think of the world back then in terms of liberals versus conservatives. And I think it's really only been the last 10 to 15 years. There's been a war going on between liberals and conservatives for a long time, but I think conservatives are just now realizing that war has been existing. I think liberals knew they were fighting 30 years ago. Conservatives just woke up about 10 years ago. Oh, they really hate our asses. They really fucking do. And yeah, and then spending an entire day with a journalist loving to talk politics and just not seeing the world, not knowing that liberal and conservative in a fight. He's in a fight with me without me knowing it, and start talking politics.
John, how frustrating is it? And I've on a much smaller scale, brother. But when they take an excerpt,
but it was, and people don't know
of an entirety of a.
It was a 10-hour.
That's what I'm trying to say. I know. I've looked. Okay, so you know, even a 10-minute, let's say 110-minute, but I know. But they take what they want to spin what they want people to hear.
Here's how it works. I stopped doing print media about 15 years ago. The journalists, when you get contacted by a publication, they want to interview you. They already know the story they want to write about you before you ever even say yes or no. They already know the story they want to write about you. All they need is a couple of little sound bites from you, a little excerpt here, 8 words here, 10 words there, to put around their context. And based on their context, they'll take your words and make you look however the hell they want to. They need your words in there with quotations around it to make their article look more legitimate. But they've already got their mind made up how they're going to make you look before they ever pick the phone and call your ass. They did.
John Rocker, I'm 50 years old. God's blessed me to be able to do some things I'm proud of for my family. And a lot of times I've met, I would say, celebrities like yourself, and they underwhelm. You, sir, did not disappoint. You haven't, from the first time I met you. I call you a friend, and I believe in you, and I know the real you. Hey, you got a hard shell, but there's a soft heart under that hard shell. I'm talking about the great John Rocker. Thank you for being on The Drive.
Okay.